This is behind the scenes.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to Ejekasoro, and today we have a special guest, Jeremy. Yeah, it's been like I've actually wanted Jeremy to come on this for a while now.
No.
I actually have, but I was just like, when is the right time to like get Jeremy to come? But finally, guys, we finally have him here.
This is the day.
For those who don't know, Jeremy is a musician, like a very good one at it. Like if you don't know already, like what you doing? Like, come on, it's embarrassing. Come on, do better. But yeah, I'm just gonna let him like speak more about himself. So let us know, who are you?
So yeah, Jeremy Bieber here. As Annie said, I am a musician, a struggling musician.
Oh.
I've been trying to just, you know, when you're like a perfectionist. I know you know because you barely release anything, but it's nothing just ever feels good enough to release, right?
Yeah, true.
But I mean, it's one day at a time. I love what I do. It's fun. Hopefully can turn it into something like a career. But right now I'm just a humble working man.
Yeah. So like, what are you studying right now, or are you?
I was studying just before the pandemic hit.
Really?
And then I was studying architecture.
Right. Okay.
I've always been interested, but when I went to uni, it was just completely different from college, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, as soon as the pandemic hit, it was kind of like that green flag to be like, yeah, let me head out while I still have time.
Wow.
Like I haven't wasted too much time. I can run away, and I've just decided to work part time. I've jumped from job to job, but now I'm working as the most random job. It's a wedding advisor.
Oh, really?
Like a wedding support advisor for a kilt manufacturing company.
Okay, that's very random. That is so random.
I find the most random jobs. It's just that one. I was like, why the hell not? Imagine if I knew everything about kilts.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, just started that one. That's my new job, and just taking it day by day. Yeah.
So like, how did your mom, like your parents, how did they react to that? Because you know, African households, you tell them you're dropping out of universities, like it's like the whole world is crashing down. Like how did?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the whole act of me getting into uni was a miracle in itself. From college to uni, it was Strathclyde, so like you know how insane how they are. Qualifications. They needed 2 A's. I had a B for my first year. No way I was getting an A in my second year. So I was like, I'm not going to Strathclyde, I'm not going to uni. And then obviously didn't get the grades. And then one day, my mom had accepted that, yeah, it's fine, I'm not going to uni, I'll just figure out what I'm gonna do. One day I got an email saying, here's your unconditional offer to Strathclyde for architecture.
What?
Yeah, and I was in the middle of work and I'm just like, what the hell's going on? And so I told my mom, she was over the moon, obviously. And then I got to uni, I finally get in. Imagine God leads you into uni and then you turn around.
No, I don't want this.
Yeah, so and literally when I told my mom, I was kind of like hinting at it because I was really unhappy for a long time. And she just kept saying, without a plan, you're staying in there.
Yeah, that's what they always say, true.
Then I found a plan. Once again, a random job. I found myself a marketing gig. Became a marketing designer. That was my green flag to leave uni. And yeah, thank God that happened because it was like an actual job. Like a real life adult job. So she accepted it that way, but it was not easy.
Oh, I can only imagine because
it was not easy.
I have African parents as well, and telling them things like, because nursing is something that I didn't really see myself doing, and telling my parents that I don't know if I like this thing. Like my dad was just looking at me like, are you okay? Like, are you alright?
What do you mean? You know when it's like, it's not about you liking it.
It's not about you. Like,
it's a job.
You must finish it. Like, they want you to finish it so that they can like tell their people that, oh, my son, my daughter, you know, they're graduate, that kind of thing. But it's like, at the end of the day, your happiness is more important. Like, you don't want to be wasting all those years only for you not to do it. So
no, that's so true. I've really had to lean into that, like just to think, as long as I'm happy, I don't care, because everything's made up.
Yeah, true.
It's all made up. So as long as I'm happy and I'm feeling good, I'm okay. Yeah.
That's good. So when did music come about then? Like, was that before you started uni, or was that something that?
So I've always sang. I feel like one of those people, like, I grew up in the church, like, you know. So I've been singing in church, and then it's my friends, my church friends were musicians, like, you know, T-Hid and they all did music. I kind of like jump in sometimes, like, Jeremy sings in song service, so let's just get him to sing this little part in a song. And then one day I just decided, like, let me get myself a little mic and set up.
I think I remember the time you started like properly like
the first ever song.
Because I was like, I remember like when you used to like sing with like T-Kid and stuff, and I was like, Jeremy, you're so good, like you need to like start doing it. And you don't be like, like
I just never imagined it.
Yeah, but it was that way that we were just all waiting, because it was always, I think I would always have that conversation with Timber and that, and I would always tell them that, nah, like Jeremy has a great voice, like you have an amazing voice. And it's like sometimes I'm jealous of like how motivated, like you're so driven with it, because me, I start and I'm like,
You have cool concepts, cool ideas, the producers are there, the managers are waiting.
I was like, next question. I'll be like, next year. Don't worry that next year. Don't worry that.
I think it's just that, that buzz when you first get your first setup and it's like, I need to, like, I can't wait to use this. And the first track, God bless, that was a shambles, but it got me started. And
is that what was the first one? Was it because I remember there was one you did in 2019, but there was also another one you did in 2020, the I Am an Instrument.
Yeah, that was like quite a few projects later, actually. The first ever one was, I don't know if you really remember, the OGs will remember. It's one that was like, take my hand.
I feel like probably like we were still in like high school, or like
I had just left high school,
really?
So we just left the summer.
I can't remember that one.
No one does it. It was, thank God, it was rough. It was rough.
But it's a stepping stone.
Yeah, exactly. So from then it's just been, and like how I have my friends around me, so I can get inspired, ask them for ideas and everything. So it's been really good to get started. Had all the support I needed, really.
So like when you brought out I Am an Instrument, like when did that, like was that was obviously during lockdown. So like how did that come about, like the whole process, everything, like how were you feeling when you made that?
That one, it was, the full project itself was just demos, like concepts, right? And I had plans to send it to producers and them to produce these tracks, but COVID was just so hard. And it got to a point where I was just sitting on that project for so long, and I had all this footage of me like recording it, and I was just like, you know what? Let's just release it as an acapella.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I'm really happy I did that.
That was
scary.
Amazing. It was really good. Like I was actually listening to it before I came again. I was like, because I was literally trying to like just. Sometimes like you listen to something but you don't really listen to it. Yeah. So it was like I listened to it again, and it's just like you can really hear every individual voices, and it's the fact that like all of it was yours. Like I don't think you understand how crazy that is. Nobody does that. Like
I mean, I just seen it because like obviously my favorite artists do it.
Yeah.
But like not many people like that I know around me do that. So that's why it made me feel so weird. Yeah. Like is this, who's gonna listen to this?
No, it was amazing. Like people do still listen to it. I think it was one of the things that was like, even I think you posted on YouTube as well. You showed us like the little like behind the scenes as well. I was like, I was like, I don't have time for this. Like I do not have time to be recording. Like it was just like I was just so mind blown by the fact that like you spent so many time and hours like into it. Like you could really see you could really see the work and time that you put into it. Yeah. Like it was just crazy. And then you can obviously tell by the end result as well.
I'm happy with that one.
It was amazing. Like it was really good. It was a good one because I was like, is this an album? But then I saw it was an EP, and it was only short, very short versions. But like, what was like the story behind it as well? Like,
it was. I just wanted to when I leaned into that whole acapella like mindset, I was like, okay, let's just stack it, and whatever story, it's all made up. Just everything's made up. It was really just a mishmash of any idea, but at the end it kind of came into like this where my friends would be like, oh yeah, then this links to this song, and I'm just like, yeah, it does. But it was not planned. That was back when I didn't even think about like actual bodies of work and all that. But it was the songs. Some of the songs were just the classic love songs. Some were like really just different, weird kind of what you call it, like ideas basically. I just wanted to try to say anything I can and just make it sound pretty.
Yeah, it did sound pretty.
Thank you.
It did. So who's your role model then in terms of like music artists and stuff? Like, who would you say is your role model?
There's so many, but I always, till the day I die, it will always be Beyonce.
I know you're gonna say that.
Be Beyonce. Yeah.
I know you're Beyonce fan. From the time I've known you, was always.
It's every single song, no matter what song it is, there's just backing vocals in there somewhere.
You can obviously tell it as well from like your work. You can tell where the inspiration came from. Because when I listened to it, the first thing that came into my head was like, this sounds like this is something that Beyonce would sing. This literally sound. I can tell that you really listen to her, and you can tell from your work as well. And I was like, yeah, this gives me Beyonce vibes. Like
genuinely love. I have so many other influences, especially like Frank Ocean. I love the way he writes. I'm trying to really work on my writing.
He's good.
And then I try to like dip into like the Kendrick Lamar's and the Jay's, like the rappers side, just to get that. Once again, focusing on that writing, because half of my songs sound nice to listen to, but the words are very.
I think it's quite hard. I feel like if you have the skill like to write, like I feel like some people have like the skill to write, but they can't really produce or do anything. I do write a lot. I just have it there. I don't do anything with it, and sometimes I feel like it doesn't make sense. Yesterday, I wrote something. I just pressed record, and I just started singing something, and I was like, I know for a fact I'm gonna look at that and be like, oh,
like a few days later.
Yeah, like, oh, what is that? But it's like it's good to record because you can always go back and like pick bits and that. And that's something that I feel like I need to like just have that same motivation and drive as well. But like, what keeps you motivated to continue doing what you do?
It's most of the time these days, especially, it's seeing my friends. Like I don't know what it is, but I always say like this year, Danny Cliff is on fire.
Danny Cliff, who's that?
Edinburgh guy. What's that song? He has a song that I'm obsessed. He just released a project actually just there. But yeah, I always just say he's on fire. And you know Sonati? Sonati as well. I'm just like, these guys are killing it. And Casso, like all these, like I'm just looking at the external like influences now, because I've been so focused on when I make music, it's just my friends that see it. That's all that goes through my head. So then I started looking away, like let me stop listening to Ace and T all the time and let me listen to what everyone else is doing. And it's just amazing, like genuinely amazing artists out there in Glasgow and Edinburgh. So that's been a huge motivation. And just I'm bored now. It's like I can't work every single day. And it's nice to pick up the mic every once in a while, even if it's just to record something and then scrap it because it is rubbish.
True.
So it's stuff like that.
So like you mentioned that like Beyonce is like your role model, right? What about like, would you say like do you have any like family members who are musicians in your house, or would you say you're like kind of the only?
No, actually, my little cousin Blessing in South Africa, him and his friends. It's like a version of us here over there. Yeah. So him and his friends, they all make music and they release it as well. And I'm just like, they're rappers, and I'm just like, you guys are so talented. So it's nice to see, like, but all my other cousins are like, the photographers are like artists and stuff like that. So they are like creative,
they are creative.
Creative families. So I'd say my little cousin definitely, he's another inspiration right there. He's a good writer as well.
That's good. So what would you say, like, in terms of like the competition in Scotland, like how would you say like you stand out over here? Or do you think that you bring something different?
I think bring something different. It's my love for music will always be the vocal production. Like, so I feel like for vocal knowledge, I know quite a bit. But everything else, that's where everyone else like comes in, and that's where all their knowledge lies. So I think if bring something different, that would definitely be what I can bring to the table, kind of stuff when we're producing music. But the competition is fierce.
There is a lot. I think people don't realize that there's a lot of like artists in Scotland. Like I feel like because in England everyone knows everyone. Everyone knows like, oh, there's this person, there's that person. But like Scotland is such like a small place compared to like England, and people forget that there's actually artists like people are making their way up over here.
Genuinely,
it's like I'm just waiting for it to just blow up, and I'm just gonna sit and watch. To be honest,
that's what T is saying as well. He's just like, this is our year.
It really is. It really is for us to start like putting things out there, even in terms of like what I'm starting up. Like this is something that lots of people do in England, and I haven't seen anyone who's like done anything like this over here. Like I don't remember seeing anything. If they have, it's not really been consistent or something that's been like on my Instagram. I used to say anyways. So I just feel like like this is like our time, like to just continue doing our thing, because it's actually not easy. It's not easy to stay consistent. It's not
Believe
easy.
me, I know.
Like it's also the same thing with balancing like life, like your life and also your music. So how do you do that in terms of like working full time as well?
It's honestly, it's so hard, especially with my new job. There's just so much learning. I've just decided to kind of stop everything and just focus completely on that right now. And it's just so much learning. But I'm sure as soon as I get into it and get into that schedule of the 9 to 5, so after 5, I can come home and record for a bit and just kind of balance it that way. And sometimes even like last night I was in the studio after work, and you know when it's something that you love, you don't really feel tired. Like you can be exhausted, but you don't feel tired. So it's stuff like that. It's really good. And the weekends pretty much dedicated to music as well. So
that's good. Is there anything else that we should be looking forward to from you? Like anything to expect this year? New album?
New album. Maybe a new, not an album. An EP, maybe a couple songs, maybe 2-3 songs, and an EP. There's from my last project that I released last year, just a video. There were songs in there that people have been hounding me for, like hounding.
So what's like? Are you gonna do something about that? Like
I'm trying to do something about it.
The same way that you always hounded me.
Yeah, but no. This is different because you promise us, and she'll be showing me plans of projects. She'll be doing everything, and then, I hear nothing, like nothing at all.
Yeah, next question. You don't have to attack me. Come on, no.
I see you every single time. I'll be seeing random Instagram stories of you like singing. Is it Nathan that plays the guitar?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, this is so lovely. Imagine if she actually like, released something. Then we wait.
I know, it's the way that I always say stuff like, oh, don't worry guys, coming soon guys, I'm going to be more consistent.
You're so annoying, genuinely. Because you'd be telling me, oh yeah, I was meeting with this producer, I'm going to go down to London to, where's all this work? You have some projects now lined up and you have
It's literally just stored, like it's just stored, like.
One of these days,
it's so bad.
Release.
No, it's actually so bad. To be honest, I did say I'll send you that song, and I will send it. I'll send it to you right now. In fact, I'll send it to you right now. After this video, I'll send it to you. I promise, guys.
I'm not gonna forget. I'm not forgetting that one.
But yeah, what's like another thing that you want people to do in terms of supporting your business in Scotland? What do you want people, like your audience, to do for you?
I think right now my main focus is YouTube. Everything is just in YouTube for me right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just even my friends do this. Like they do support and watch my videos. Even just watching and comment, the classic comments, like, subscribe.
Follow the link down below.
Just to see that I'm doing something right. Like feedback would be great, kind of thing. Even if it's boring, just be like, yo, this is boring, and then I can.
No, I don't think it's boring. Like I don't.
There've been somewhere even I'm uploading it like this is boring, but I still.
Who told you that? Who told you that?
Exactly. Look at that.
Exactly. Because you forget that we are our biggest critic. Like we actually I'm actually the worst at that. Like I think it's probably one of the reasons why I stopped myself from like uploading things. I just watch I'll listen to my voice and I would just think, oh, this is so bad. Like I'm just like, yeah, this is not gonna work. And then I'll have my days where I'll listen to my voice. I was like, wow, this is nice. Like this is nice. And then everyone else would be like, yeah, your voice is so good. I'm like, it's okay. Like
it's okay.
It's okay. Thanks, but when I believe it, that's when I'll actually listen to what you're saying.
What will it take for you to believe it though?
God. It really is God. When God said, because God has spoken to me about my voice, and He said that He actually has told me several times that I'm supposed to use my voice for a lot of things, and I'm just being like, yeah. Davis 10, I know that Davis 10 I went to like last year. God literally spoke to me, like people literally told me that like you use your voice, and they fully drew me and put worship and singing, and I was like, oh, that's so good. Like I was like, let me just go back and like let me ask God if there's another. I fully went. I was like, get ready. I was like, let me just get another sign, because I don't think this is what God is trying to tell me. But I don't know what it is like that is like stopping me from doing it.
It's genuinely, it's so corny to say, but you genuinely, it's so vulnerable. Like,
yeah, it is.
Because you just want people to like it as much as you like it, but there's always going to be someone that likes it, and there's always going to be someone that doesn't like it.
That's true.
But I would just go for it. We're all here. We're going to be filling your head up.
I'm scary. So scary, guys. Scary. But yeah, I would definitely. I feel like I need to just start this year, by this year. I need to put something out there, like by force, by fire.
You know what, Annie? When you release, I'll release.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that, guys. Come on. Don't like tell him to like. You can't be using me as a scapegoat. Like I'm not a scapegoat. Like I started Ejekasoro, okay? That's let me do that one first, okay? Let me relax.
One step at a time.
Yeah. But it was really nice, like speaking to you though. Like it was nice having you, and I hope you guys check out Jeremy's new album that'll be coming out soon. Check it out, guys. Don't worry. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like comment down below. Don't forget to actually follow his Instagram and his YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah.
All of that.
But yeah, it was nice having you, Jeremy.
Thanks for
having
me.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. Okay. Bye.